Caloroga Shark Media.
Hi there, I'm Johnny Mac with 5 good news stories. It's been over a century since the Titanic slipped beneath the waters of the North Atlantic, and now a battle is underway to see what should happen to the treasures recovered from the wreck. The company that holds the salvage rights to the Titanic wants to auction them off. RMS Titanic Incorporated has spent decades recovering objects from the wreck site. Thousands of items have been brought to the surface, ranging from personal belongings and pieces of the ship itself to everyday objects used by passengers and crew. Until now, those artifacts have been largely displayed in museums and traveling exhibitions, but court documents recently unsealed reveal that the company is trying to auction off over 100 items. Among the objects reportedly being considered are a bronze cherub, a necklace made of gold nuggets, and a heart-shaped pendant. Here's the debate. On one side, some argue that recovered artifacts can help fund future expeditions and keep public exhibitions operating. The other side are historians, preservationists, and some relatives of Titanic victims who view the wreck site as something closer to a memorial than a treasure trove. Ocean explorer Greg Stone says he has no objection to recovering artifacts if it's done carefully and scientifically. Earlier this year, a life jacket worn by a passenger reportedly sold for more than $900,000. In 2024, a gold pocket watch connected to the captain of the rescue ship that saved some survivors fetched nearly $2 million at an auction. Critics note that those items were never part of the wreck site itself. Meanwhile, in England, scientists getting it done once again. A new study has found that young women who received the HPV vaccine at age 12 or 13 now have what researchers describe as a close to zero risk of dying from cervical cancer before the age of 30. Research by the Queen Mary University of London examined the vaccine's impact on deaths from the disease. Researchers estimate that roughly 200 lives had already been saved since the vaccination program began in 2008. Between 2020 and 2024, there were 0 recorded cervical cancer deaths among women aged 20 to 24 in England. Researchers say that without the vaccine, statistically, they would have had about 23 deaths. Conservationists in Australia are excited. They saw a tiny bulge on a trail camera. What was it? It was one of the world's rarest mammals, a northern hairy-nosed wombat joey, which probably will soon be like running along a highway in Texas if you listen to the show regularly. Now, this is both happy and kind of sad. By spotting the singular northern hairy-nosed wombat joey, that increased the global population from 450 to 451. The baby was spotted in Queensland at the Richard Underwood Nature Refuge, where motion sensor cameras captured images of a female wombat carrying a youngster in her pouch. A volunteer said, "When we first saw the little budge on the belly, we got very excited. The images were sent to experts who confirmed that the female was indeed carrying a newly born joey." The northern hairy-nosed wombat is considered one of the rarest mammals on Earth. By the 1980s, only about 35 animals remained. Conservation efforts help pull the species back from the brink. Protected habitats, predator fencing, and intensive monitoring have allowed the population to slowly recover. Good news for Dylan. When Dylan was 14 years old, doctors told him he had stage 4 kidney cancer, and he might only have 8 months to live. However, 4 years later, Dylan walked across a graduation stage cancer-free. Dr. Mary treated Dylan through a grueling year of chemotherapy. She checked in regularly, shared meals with him, encouraged him throughout his darkest moments, and gave him a goal to hold on when the future looked uncertain. She told him, if you keep fighting and make it through treatment, she'd be there for the graduation. Sure enough, she was there. Dylan's dad said just the trick of saying, "Hey, I'll make it to your graduation," changed everything. He just decided to keep fighting. Dylan has been declared cancer-free. Oh, the doctor? She lives 1,500 miles away. You know, sometimes the past doesn't arrive in a dusty attic box or a carefully labeled family album. Sometimes it shows up in the form of a wallet you didn't even realize you had lost. Mark was surprised when a Facebook post appeared showing the contents of a weathered wallet that had shown up after a dig. The wallet had some clues pointing back to its owner, including an old Leeds United membership card from the 1992-1993 season. At that time, Matt was covering Leeds United for the Yorkshire Evening Post. You see where this is going, right? Yes. He explains, the wallet was found by the organizer of a local forest school, but I have no recollection of ever walking down there at any time in the past, so I have no idea how the wallet got there. One theory is the wallet might have disappeared after a night out many years ago. Another possibility, it was stolen and thrown out. Anyway, Claire found the wallet, posted it on the internet. Matt's wife spotted the post and realized the owner was sitting right next to her. That's amazing. Looking back at the membership card photograph, Matt couldn't resist poking fun at his younger self. He said, "Given that I was a sports reporter, you might have thought I've had more of a smile on my face than on the Leeds card. In 92, I was 30 and happy, having a good time, loving journalism, loving working in newspapers. It was just great." And now he's got his wallet back. And those are your 5 good news stories for today. You have an awesome day.